Syria, but he's speaking to us from the United States. We were talking there about Madiah, but Dr. Al-Khatib was also talking about Moadamiyeh, which is another besieged town. And about 40 minutes ago, we managed to get through to Dani, who's a media activist in that besieged town. It's to the southwest of Damascus. We spoke to him on Skype. It's a very challenging line. It's very scratchy, but please do try and stick with it.
Moadamiyeh has been under siege, under a complete siege since a year, and there is no electricity at all, there is no water, there were no medicine or food before a week ago, and we lost many souls due to malnutrition and lack of medicine. Most of them were children, and people were suffering. The population is 45,000 of civilians inside the city who live in just 2 kilometers square. Most of buildings are destroyed because of shelling and bombings of the regime.
Explain where people are living.
People are living in their destroyed houses. There is no any place to go or to live inside the city but their houses. And I don't know how to describe it, but you can see destructed houses and people in it.
Where are you right now? We can hear noises in the background.
Yes, I'm on the 5th floor just for the network to be fine, and there are many children and people in the streets. I told you after ceasefire, people had the comfort to move inside the city and to just breathe.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about. We're being told it's a partial truce, which is holding in some capacity. What difference has it made to people in Moadamiyeh?
The chance to move and to walk, they like it actually, and we hope it will hold more.
So you're saying that people aren't used to being able to walk around outside safely?
Yes, that's right.
So presumably children are playing on the street for what, the first time in months?
No, more than that. You can talk about like more than 100 days. There were continuous bombing and shelling with barrel bombs, missiles, mortars, and clashes with everything.
Are people feeling a sense of relief now? We understand aid is on its way.
Yes, I was saying that about siege. We've been under siege since 2012, and people are still feeling the siege, still hating it. We hate to be imprisoned in 2 kilometers for 4 years, and no one is allowed to go out, no one is allowed to enter the city. The humanitarian cases, the urgent ones, are still prevented to be taken to Damascus, to hospitals. It's not about ceasefire and food. It's about the mentality of siege. The psychology of people is exhausted of siege, and we all call for breaking the siege.
Tell me what it does to your mind, because you say it's not just the challenges of trying to find food and medicine if people are ill, but it's the fact you can't go outside, you can't have any kind of a normal life. What does it do to your mind?
Actually, for me, I'm a young man. I had many wishes and hopes, but now, after 4 years, I can't think for 5 minutes. I don't have hope in the future. I can't read a book. I used to read books, stories, novels.
And you don't do that anymore?
No, I during the 2 days of ceasefire, I went to places, to Syrian places among olives where it's quiet, and I tried to write something, but I couldn't.
What did you want to write?
I wanted to write 2 poems, actually. One of them about the situation, describing the siege, and the other one about love, but I couldn't. My mind, I feel like my mind is paralyzed. I can't think. I am just thinking about people and what's gonna happen to them. Are they going to live? Because before the UN made it here, we thought we all, the 45,000 of civilians, would die. but alhamdulillah they didn't, and they now are eating. I'm only thinking about my people, and that's the only thing I can.
And we know that the UN says aid is on its way. Has any reached your town?
No, not yet. The shipments, the trucks, aids are still on the checkpoints of Assad's regime. They haven't been allowed to enter the city yet, and we heard that maybe tomorrow or Wednesday they will enter the city.
And do you know what is coming?
They said food and medicine and winter clothes and stuff like that.
Tell me, when did you last have a good meal?
Oh, a good meal, I can say for a year, because I had some meat with the meal, like a year.
So a year ago you had meat. When did you last eat and what did you have?
The last time was yesterday. I had some rice.
And is that what people are mainly surviving on? There's enough rice for everybody right now?
Yes, I think for a month. There is now food for a month only, and that's it. One thing, if you allow me, first of all, they have to break sieges and then the ceasefire. And now they moved to ceasefire after they brought it to the besieged cities in Syria. But I wonder, do they really think that they broke sieges? For me, I'm still besieged. I'm still under siege. Why did they move to ceasefire in the agreement, although they didn't break sieges? And that is something unacceptable for us. It's not just to make a play on the Syrian people that we're doing something for you. They are pretending to do anything for us. The food they brought in will be enough for a month. After a month, what will happen? What will happen if they now on the ceasefire thing in this agreement? We want the siege to be broken. It's not just about Moadamiyeh and the people of Moadamiyeh. No, there are more than 600,000 of besieged people inside Syria, and they are all suffering. What about them?
And that was Dani speaking to me from inside the Syrian besieged town of Moadamiyeh. I spoke to him about half an hour before we came on air. I know it was a scratchy Skype line, but obviously to hear his experiences and his stories, we felt it was worth bringing to you. So I hope you could bear with us on